So before we end the video, I wanted to bring your attention to something. We've been fighting the spider mites on the eggplant as well as the tomatillos, and we have been able to preserve them alive. But when it comes to plants that produce fruit, you don't just want them alive, you want them healthy, and you don't want them stressed out, because when they get stressed out, you have a tendency to get less fruit from your plant. And that had happened with these tomatillos. The flowering had almost come to a halt, and tomatillos are really, really heavy flowers. Like, they put on lots of flowers. So the flowering had nearly come to a halt. And on some of them, like this one here, these few at the beginning of the row, the flowering is still kind of slow. But on this section back here, you can see that there's all kinds of flowers coming on. And I think I saw some fruit. Let me see. Oh yeah, there it is. Right here, we have some fruit coming on. So, even though these plants did get stressed, we've pushed back the population enough to where they're feeling a little bit better, to the point where they are giving us some more flowers, which means eventually we're going to be able to harvest. And when you're fighting to try to keep something alive the way we've been fighting the spider mites, especially in the high tunnel, you go back and forth with, should I just pull them and start over, or should I just pull them and just take the sacrifice for this season? And that's always an option. And sometimes, in some cases, that's what we're going to have to do. We've accepted that. I'm glad that we did not do it in this particular instance. We're going to keep working with these, and hopefully we'll be able to be harvesting the amount of fruit that we intended to harvest when we planted all of them. Our goal was to be able to have enough to sell at market, but also be able to make salsas and stuff this year. We made a ground cherry salsa last year. We want to do that again. The ground cherries are at the beginning of the row. They're the ones that are having the most struggle. These are our purple tomatillos on this end, and they're doing a little bit better. They're a bigger plant, more substantial plant, so they've got a little bit more fight in them. So we'll see. So that's how things are going with the tomatillos. Now let's go talk about the eggplant. That's a whole other story. Okay, so the eggplant are feeling a lot more stressed from the treatment, the spider mites, the treatment for the spider mites, all of that. Some of them are a lot smaller than they should be, because they've been putting energy in just to trying to survive rather than to actually grow. I am still making it a matter of prayer and research as to whether or not I'm going to pull these guys and make the sacrifice for the year. Not only are they dealing with the issue of having to fight the spider mites, but the grasshoppers that we cannot get rid of in here are also taking advantage. Now, these varieties down here are like our green, our Thai varieties of eggplant. That's what these are on this end. Thai green, and then our white eggplant, and also our Thai purple rib. That's all of these varieties here, all the way up to about here. And you can see that the evidence of the damage from the grasshoppers, and they really seem to like our long purple varieties. As you can see down on that end, it's a lot worse as far as the situation with the grasshoppers. So we have to really make a decision about what we're going to do here. Now, as far as what we need for the family, we absolutely need to have eggplant. I like to be able to freeze and dehydrate it for meals throughout the year. And I don't think I've ever bought an eggplant from the store. Even before we were doing farming, I don't think I've ever bought one from the store before. I just don't think I have. So it's not something I plan to start now. So if we happen to have to pull these, then that's just going to be one of those items we're not going to be eating until next year. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you real quick. there you have it, garden friends. The good, the bad, and the ugly, still all beautiful this month of June. Yes, there are beds that need to be weeded, and yes, there are potatoes that need to be healed. The work is really never ending on a farm. There is always something to do. But we are satisfied in knowing that we are investing our time and energy back into our family and our community. Thanks for taking this June farm tour with us, and we'll catch you in July.